We live in a strange world, you guys. We live in a very strange world. Why is it that everything has to be a competition? Why is it that we have lost our own uniqueness so much that we feel the need to impose it on other people to make us feel good about ourselves? And I've seen this especially in the film space, the space where I am from. On YouTube and Instagram, I keep seeing these content creators who make content about the films they like, and especially about how niche those films are. How niche they are, and the more niche movies you know, the more you understand about cinema. And this especially came across to me when I saw this film's Iceberg. And this iceberg is basically about these different filmmakers who are ranked in the way of how well they are known and then how niche they are. And the more niche filmmakers it's like you have more knowledge about filmmaking and about films, and you understand cinema better, like you're a real cinephile. And there's this other guy, right? This other content creator whose whole content is just reacting to people's top 5 and top 10 lists and critiquing them. And apparently he calls himself a professional cinephile and a taste curator, whatever that means. As if you even have any right to tell other people what they're supposed to like. As if they aren't allowed to like anything without them being publicly shamed by you, or being made fun of, or made to feel bad about what they like. It's so strange, In a way, these cinephiles and film bros are like the look maxers of cinema. They're like these pretentious taste maxers whose whole personality is just to find the most niche film possible and then to show people, oh, we know so much more than you do. At this point, I just feel like they're just rage baiting us. Really. And it's like, look, I understand that taste is sort of, like signaling how intelligent you are. But what is the point of borrowed taste? Like, taste is supposed to be discovered, not borrowed. Taste is about you watching things and then you finding out what do you like. Not somebody else telling you what to like. Like, what do you like? And I mean, come on, like it's like the goal of cinema is not how much you have watched. I know that nowadays, there's this culture of everything is about how much you have watched. It's not about how well you understand it. It's not about how important it is for you, but how much have you consumed. But that's not the goal of cinema. That's not the goal of films. That's not why people watch movies. Cinema is supposed to make you aware. It's supposed to show you something that you didn't know before. It's supposed to make you feel something that you didn't even know about. It's supposed to show you the world. It's supposed to make you aware of something you didn't even know about. It's like it's supposed to make you feel something about yourself, know something about yourself that you yourself did not know. But nowadays it's just about consuming. That's not the goal of cinema. And I see so many people who watch movies just to appear cultured. But what is even the point of that? Like, movies are an art form. And according to me, they're probably the most effective art form to move you. And I think somewhere a lot of people are scared that maybe because their film is not in the top 100 list, or it's not in some IMDb top 250 or some Letterboxd list or in some Criterion collection, that people will make fun of them. Like they won't be taken seriously. And so they tend to borrow somebody else's taste. They feel like their taste isn't good enough, so they need to borrow somebody else's so they can feel good about themselves, that people would appreciate them. But why should that happen? I mean, you should like the things that you like without the fear of judgment. Like, for example, right? If I'm to talk about myself, one of the films that I love, that is one of my favorite films of all time, is Kung Fu Panda 1. And I am not scared to admit it because I really, really love this film. And it's got these themes which I would say are very, very deep. And I would even say that its philosophical point of views and worldviews are probably even deeper than some of the films that I've seen premiered at Cannes, at the Cannes Film Festival. And that film found me at a place in my life where it just hit me, it just connected with me. It's like the film saw through me. It just made me feel so naked at that point because I was struggling with sort of believing in myself, with having self-confidence. Like I was questioning my place in the world and I did not know who I was. And watching Po made me realize that that's okay, that everybody might have some purpose, that I have some sort of purpose, that you have some sort of purpose. And that is just amazing. That film doesn't have to be on any list for me to love it. And I think similarly, like, that could be with any film. And look, I'm not telling you that it's bad to discover new films. I'm not telling you it's bad to go and find new tastes and new films that you might like. I would rather encourage you to go and do that. Please do that. Go watch new movies that you haven't watched before. Go see anything that you haven't done before or you haven't seen before. But it's like, and you know what? Go, like there's nothing wrong with loving obscure cinema. There's nothing wrong with watching niche movies either. Like, it's great. I mean, you should go and watch Tarkovsky or Bellatar or Yasujiro Ozu or Apichat Pongvera Setukul. I mean, you can watch the movies which are not known or filmmakers who are not known that you find niche or whatever, but if you like those movies, then that's great. Like, that's how it should be. My problem is the fact that if you don't love these movies, if it's like this sort of conformity where if you don't like these movies, then you're inferior. If you love these movies, then you feel superior, then you're supposed to be better than everybody because you have elite taste, that you're like a real cinephile. Whatever that means. Real cinephile. Because I'll tell you something, right? Ironically, these same people who think they have some unique taste, an elite taste, at the end of the day, they have the same Letterboxd list. They like the same Criterion movies. They like the same directors. They have the same opinions. There is nothing unique about them. In their search for uniqueness, they have produced conformity. And what can be sadder than that? And I think that is the whole thing. Like, your favorite movie doesn't have to be some important piece. It doesn't have to be world changing. It has to be important to you. And it can be one of these great movies too. But maybe for you it could be maybe some rom-com flick. It could be some anime. It could be a Marvel movie. I have known people who's got into filmmaking, who got inspired by watching Marvel movies. And that's valid. Whatever inspires you is valid. Like art. Art is a personal thing anyway. It is a personal pursuit. And when you find the right film for you, at the right place, at the right time, you will just know it. It wouldn't have to be a masterpiece. It wouldn't have to be on any top 10 list or top 100 list. It wouldn't have to be anywhere. You wouldn't need anybody else's permission for you to like that movie. Because you already loved that movie. It made you feel something that you had never ever felt before. And that is how movies work. That movie would change your world. That is the purpose of art. And that is the high that I think we keep pursuing. Now, we, unfortunately, live in a world that is so obsessed with consumption, not understanding consumption, just bad consumption. Like, how much can you watch? How much can you take in? How much have you consumed? It is really not about how well you understand that thing, how important it is for you, what it makes you feel, but how much. What is the point of how much? Like, I just don't understand it. Cinema is not a game. It is not a collectible. It is an experience. It is, for so many people, I think they have had one of the most important moments of their life in a movie theater. And that is real. And, at the start of this video, right, we talked about these people who care about niche things and watching more things, but the more films you watch does not mean that you have great taste. Maybe you have more knowledge. You have watched so many things that have helped you gain much more knowledge, but knowledge is not taste. And anyway, if you had great taste, that does not mean you're superior to the next person. Like, we talked about the iceberg, right? And the iceberg has this one thing that I just can't seem to understand, and I completely disagree with it, is the fact that the deeper you go into it means that the depth of it is defined by how much have you watched and how niche have you watched. But depth is not defined by how much. True depth, I think, is when that one movie has moved you and that one movie stays with you forever. Depth is when that one movie is remembered by you for life. That one movie changed the way you saw your parents. That one movie made you more aware of the world. That one movie changed the way you saw yourself. That one movie, it's that one ending that gave you hope to live your life. And so maybe depth is not going deeper into the iceberg. It's not diving down the iceberg. It's not climbing the iceberg. I think depth is just letting the films climb into you. I'm just enjoying, man. Just ball. Thank you for listening to my rant. I'll see you next time. Bye.